Skill-based matchmaking is not making your games harder in Modern Warfare 3. There are other factors at play, and in this video we are going to discuss exactly that. Yes, before you start writing very angry messages in the comment section, I do have a reason as to what is actually going on here, so bear with me. Before we get going though, I do just want to say to my subscribers who may be wondering, why isn't your face on camera? And that is going to be because you may have noticed in the last few videos, I'm starting to get Infatigo, and nobody needs to see that shit. So yeah, there you go. Also, if you hear any wind going on in the background, I do apologise. Storm Debbie is a bitch, as is skill-based matchmaking, and we're going to get right into that essentially, because what skill-based matchmaking actually does is dictate your games based on your kill-to-death ratio and a couple of other factors. One of them is not really win-to-loss ratio. It is a slight factor in there, but it's not really a massive factor. The main one is skill-based matchmaking. Other things like, have you bought any skins? Is it going to put you in a lobby with people who haven't got skins? That is a thing, by the way. It is a patented thing by Activision. Look it up. And a few other factors. How does this affect your in-games? So in Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, and pretty much any Call of Duty game ever since they implemented skill-based matchmaking, what happens is that you get lobbies where you will be up against people who have got like a really high KD, and your KD might be a slightly above average or slightly lower than average. You start getting like 4 or 5 games in a row where you've got a really good KD, and really good in Call of Duty's eyes and the algorithm's eyes is just something like 1.2, 1.3, where you are basically above average. KD of 1 is average, so if you're above that, the game sees that as an above average player. You're going to get put in lobbies with other players who are above average in terms of the KD metric. Now, what it doesn't do is put you in the win-loss, and this is an important factor, because what you found in these other Call of Duty games is that you got put into lobbies where you have loads of people with really high KDs, maybe it's camping objectives, or maybe it's just sniping or doing something else, playing hardpoint or domination, which can be longer game modes if no one's focusing on the objective, and it basically comes down to a game of who has the players who actually give a shit about the objective. And what you'll find is in those games that it was only 1 or 2 players per team who actually gave a hoot about in the objective. You would see this in the stats. At the end of game stats in the scoreboard, you would see that someone would have 43 kills, 50 kills, 60 kills in 10 seconds of objective time on hardpoint, or say for example 2 or 3 captures on domination, and they're just base captures, not B flags or anything like that. And you'd see that a kid like third or fourth in his team would be the guy with like the 2-3 minutes and like 15 kills, 17 deaths, you know, averaging the KD metric. This is how Call of Duty has basically worked for a very long time, and this has kind of changed in Modern Warfare 3, and the big change is essentially the fact of the armory. Armory is making players who don't really usually care about win-loss. It's making them care about actually finishing games, winning games all of a sudden. And it's actually quite funny because you're seeing high KD players who aren't used to playing the objective being in situations where like they're getting slapped. It's really funny to watch, actually. Like there's a few like name tags I recognize from Modern Warfare 2 on the GB server and the Europe server, who are like usually the top of the leaderboard, and then you see them like mid 4th, 5th in the leaderboard now because they're trying to play the objective. It's hilarious. Now, this basically means your matches are going to get even harder, because those high KD players will adapt to playing to win. And it's because of the armory, because if you don't know already, in the armory you will get 3 daily challenges. Once you've completed those daily challenges, you have points, which you obviously get for completing them, and you use these points to unlock certain guns and attachments, perks, all that shit in Modern Warfare 3. A lot of them are armory only, meaning you cannot unlock them through leveling up your usual XP. And this is problematic because it means that you've actually got to find the item you want, select it, do your daily challenges, and actually win games. Now, me personally, I do put quite a bit of time into the game, and I think that for players like me, this is a positive change. It's forcing people to win games, because after you've completed daily challenges, you get 1 additional point for winning a game, and when you see these high KD players wanting to rank up their shit, guess what they're going to do? Well, I need to start winning games to start unlocking shit quicker. That will be the reason you're finding your Modern Warfare 3 experience to be quite a bit harder than it is already from previous games. It's not the algorithm. The algorithm is putting me in the lobbies of players of the same KD. Nothing's changing in that regard. What's changing is the fact these players are now actually starting to try to win games. They're failing miserably at it, but you're finding it. This is the reason why games are like, for example, I play Hardpoint and Domination. You're finding that Hardpoint, instead of steamrolling a team or being steamrolled, you are getting really tight games, which is kind of what the algorithm wants. And this is kind of good because it means that games aren't a snooze fest of just walking all over them, and it means there's fewer games where you're getting walked all over because more people on your team actually give a fuck. Fancy that, right? So because there's actually something on the line for winning games now, this is making people a lot more receptive to actually not playing the usual COD way. Like in League of Legends, I would say if you just want to run off and be on your own and not play as a team, go play COD. So they kind of changed that, and like I say, it's because of these reasons I think this is a positive change. For those who only put in an hour or two a week, 3 hours a week or something like that, they're not going to like this, and that's absolutely fair enough, but I think that they should be catered to because they are actually the majority of the player base. It's easy for me saying I like it, but I'm not most people. I play this a lot more than other people do. I don't have kids. I don't have like loads of things chewing up into my time, which a lot of people do. So that's kind of my take on it, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Have you noticed this trend? And have you actively started trying to win more games in Modern Warfare 3, knowing that there's now tangible rewards for doing it? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. And as always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next Shadows Reign A1A YouTube video. Peace. Why did I say peace, man? Honestly.